Namaste, Jai Bharat. In my days with the Bharatiya Vayu Sena, Indian Air Force, there was one squadron leader, Sharma, net pilot. Way back, he was a net pilot. And once, while in ORP duty, that's early morning, much before sunrise, he was sitting and we were just making an observation. He was just telling. He asked me, let's see what's the difference between a fool and a wise man. I just looked at him, expecting for an answer. He says, a fool learns from his own mistake, but a wise man learns from the mistake of others. That was a good way of expressing things. Not very hefty man, thin, small man, good pilot. The same expression of Scholar Sharma comes to our mind when we look at many people doing many things in this world. So keep the Hamas Hezbollah company in front of you with their emotional outrage, and then we find in Amsterdam the pro-Palestinians attacking those who went to watch a game of football. Then recently in Montreal, Canada, the pro-Palestinian, same team, same company, whether in Amsterdam or in Canada or wherever, the Palestinian supporters, the rest of the background can be imagined. They created havoc, they even burned vehicles. There was anarchy, lawlessness, and difficulties for the administration. Canada, of course, should know how to face it, because when the Khalistani terrorists were doing all kinds of things, of course, Khalistanis are different from the pro-Palestinian supporters. They have at least some discipline. That is, at least they are Sikhs basically, though they cease to be really Sikhs by disrespecting their gurus. So this is how the Khalistanis behaved, and how this pro-Palestinian student lot behaves. Is one thing in front of us. Well, one can observe and understand. Huge understanding. When the Khalistani supporters and the Khalistani pro-Khalistani terrorists were involving things in Canada, the president, Justin Trudeau, was telling that it's a free country where we let people do this, let people do that, and all kinds of tall talks, as if we are not democrat. And at least please don't teach us what democracy is. It's wrongly that someone has told you wrongly that the democracy began in Greece, but that's really not the case. Democracy really began in Bharat. We had the democratic system in our own manner, in our own way. This kind of lawlessness. And no, these people, those who are involved, should have taken a lesson from the Hamas action, reaction, and end result. They should have looked at the Hezbollah. For nothing, there was no one has disturbed Hezbollah, but they themselves went forward for a conflict with Israel, and now they are no more. All the leaders were just terminated. Hamas, others Houthis. Lebanon is a nation not directly involved in the conflict, but they had to take the blame because they were housing the Hezbollah. Iran is a nation, of course. Iran deserved to be punished because they facilitate these terrorists most. There are many others who are behind supporting, and then when their land is getting used for terrorist activities, they must be prepared to take punishments that comes from abroad. So huge talks. And what Sharmaji told, no one seems to understand. They don't learn from the mistake of others. They don't learn from the mistake of others. Otherwise, why? this Amsterdam took place, and why Montreal is happening. And now Canada has to take a stand. The US, of course, had given their opinion. And Israel, there is anti-Semitism that comes. Who are these people who are doing it? They call themselves students. Are they really genuine students? And the students of what kind? What is their priority? Their religion or something else? What kind of a weak religion is that which requires people to suffer martyrdom for the existence and subsistence of such a religion? These are logical questions which will go much above the heads of these people. They are not going to understand it. It goes above their heads. Reason is far flung. If there was some reason of any kind, they would not have believed that one early morning God created everything and we are all creations of God. Literally. When it comes to religion, people may like to believe it and don't ask questions about it. That's okay, that's one's choice. But seriously taking it literally is, of course, with the foolish moon in the upper play, that becomes a story. And look at Montreal, unrest. In fact, even Canada has asked for it. Why they facilitated all these people in their land? It was funny, it was funny and enjoyable to Trudeau and company when the Khalistani terrorists were doing quite a few things for a long time. It's not that just yesterday it began. It began for some time. You are facilitating them, supporting them, and accusing Bharat, and now of course they withdrawn the accuses, very badly accusing and become very, very vocal against Bharat. Now of course they stopped. When they do this, they should have thought that someone else was going to take advantage of such situations, advantage and due advantage of such situations, and they're facing it. In a way, they asked for it. But think about these people who would never learn from the mistake of others. They will have to undergo punishment. They commit mistakes. Nonetheless, they commit mistakes. Then they undergo punishment. Then they'll cry. Then they will cry and they'll start on their knees. Then they start spreading their hands for their lives. But these they don't foresee. So it's correct. I repeat what he was telling one early morning, winter morning in ORP duty. He was telling, it's a fool who learns from his mistake. The wise man learns from the mistake of others because he wouldn't repeat it. He understands it. These people can never fall in the category of wise men. They can't. Think about it. So, till we meet again. Namaste, Jai Bharat and Jai Shri Ram.